Genesis chapter 39, KJV Trivia. Genesis chapter 39, question 1. Joseph was sold into slavery, and he eventually ended up where? A. Egypt, B. Gilead, C. Bethel, D. Canaan. The correct answer is A. Egypt, found in Genesis 39, verse 1. And Joseph was brought down to Egypt, and Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh, captain of the guard, an Egyptian, bought him of the hands of the Ishmaelites, which had brought him down thither. Genesis chapter 39, question 2. Joseph lived in the house of the Egyptian master. The Lord gave Joseph success in everything he did, and found grace in Potiphar's sight. Joseph was put in charge of Potiphar's household and everything he owned. What position was Joseph given? A. Stable master, B. Butler, C. Overseer over his house, D. Baker. The correct answer is C, found in Genesis 39, verses 2 through 4. And the Lord was with Joseph, and he was a prosperous man, and he was in the house of his master the Egyptian. And the master saw that the Lord was with him, and that the Lord made all that he did to prosper in his hand. And Joseph found grace in his sight, and he served him, and he made him overseer over his house, and all that he had he put into his hand. Genesis chapter 39, question 3. Fill in the blank. Potiphar left all that he had in Joseph's hand, and he knew not aught he had, save the blank, which he did eat. And Joseph was a goodly person and well favored. A. Meat, B. Bread, C. Corn, D. Grain. The correct answer is B, found in Genesis 39, verses 5 and 6. And it came to pass from the time that he had made him overseer in his house, and over all that he had, that the Lord blessed the Egyptian's house for Joseph's sake. And the blessing of the Lord was upon all that he had in his house and in the field. And he left all that he had in Joseph's hands, and he knew not aught he had, save the bread which he did eat. And Joseph was a goodly person and well favored. Genesis chapter 39, question 4. Someone cast her eyes upon Joseph and said, "Lie with me." Who was it? A. Pharaoh's wife, B. Pharaoh's daughter, C. Potiphar's wife, D. Potiphar's daughter. The correct answer is C, found in Genesis 39, verses 6 and 7. And he left all that he had in Joseph's hands, and he knew not aught what he had, save the bread which he did eat. And Joseph was a goodly person and well favored. And it came to pass after these things, that his master's wife cast her eyes upon Joseph, and she said, "Lie with me." Genesis chapter 39, question 5. What did Joseph say when he was asked to lie with a certain woman? A. What if your husband finds out? B. Not tonight, I have a headache. C. I am a married man. D. How can I do this wickedness and sin against God? The correct answer is D, found in Genesis 39, verses 8 and 9. But he refused, and said unto his master's wife, Behold, my master wotteth not what is with me in the house, and he hath committed all that he hath to my hand. There is none greater in the house than I, neither hath he kept back anything from me but thee, because thou art his wife. How can I do this great wickedness and sin against God? Genesis chapter 39, question 6. One day Joseph was alone with Potiphar's wife. She caught him by a piece of his clothing, but he left it in her hand as he ran out of the house. What piece of clothing was it? A. Scarf, B. Garment, C. Shirt, D. Coat. The correct answer is B, found in Genesis 39, verses 11 and 12. And it came to pass about this time, Joseph went into the house to do his business, and there was none of the men of the house there within. And she caught him by his garment, saying, Lie with me. And he left his garment in her hand, and fled, and got him out. Genesis chapter 39, question 7. When Potiphar's wife told him the lie that Joseph came in unto her to mock her, have sex with her, how did Potiphar react? A. Removed him from the position of overseer. B. Threw him out of the house. C. Threw him in prison. D. He ignored what she said. The correct answer is C, found in Genesis 39, verses 17 through 20. And she spake unto him according to these words, saying, The Hebrew servant, which thou hast brought unto us, came in unto me to mock me. And it came to pass, as I lifted up my voice and cried, that he left his garment with me, and fled out. And it came to pass, when his master heard the words of his wife, which she spake unto him, saying, After this manner did thy servant to me, that his wrath was kindled. And Joseph's master took him, and put him into the prison, a place where the king's prisoners were bound, and he was there in the prison. Genesis chapter 39, question 8. After Joseph was thrown into prison, who put him in charge of all the prisoners, and all that was done there? A. The keeper of the prison. B. Potiphar. C. Potiphar's wife. D. Pharaoh. The correct answer is A, found in Genesis 39, verses 20 through 22. And Joseph's master took him, and put him into the prison, a place where the king's prisoners were bound, and he was there in the prison. But the Lord was with Joseph, and shewed him mercy, and gave him favor in the sight of the keeper of the prison. And the keeper of the prison committed to Joseph's hand all the prisoners that were in the prison, and whatsoever they did there, he was the doer of it.